like it. All right. These I bought last year. The year before, I waited too long and they were sold out. And I'm telling you that because what we're doing today is we're reserving yours. These will not be at your doorstep next week like everything else when you order from QVC. These will ship when it's appropriate to plant in your zip code. So you don't have to worry about that at all. They won't come too early, they won't come too late. The cool thing about these is geraniums are always very expensive and always very showy and beautiful, but these are citronella geraniums. They're annuals. You'll get 6 plants. 3 easy pays at $9.33, M71911. And they're gorgeous. You could go on auto delivery. That's how in demand these are, and that's what I should definitely do myself, because then if they're sold out and maybe you miss them, you'll get a second set of 6 next year. So if you go on auto delivery, choose that option, you'll get them when it's appropriate to plant this year in your zip code, and then it will repeat again next year. And if they should happen to go up in price or they're no longer available or you missed them, they sold out somehow, you will still get yours. All right. All right, I think I have Stephanie this time. Stephanie, I planted these last year and they bloomed like crazy. I absolutely was so pleased with them.
I'm so happy to hear that, Pat. That's what makes this collection. It's actually known as the Angel's Perfume Citronella Geranium. And you know, in previous years, we've brought other varieties of Citronella Geraniums. And you know, they still gave us that fragrance that we're looking for, but they just didn't bloom that well. And so last year, and thankfully this year as well, we were able to bring this variety, the Angel's Perfume, which is a cross of the Angel Geranium, which is known for its beautiful bi-colored flowers that you see here, and your plants will just be covered in them. And then it's been crossed with the Citronella Geranium, which, you know, this plant is just as beautiful as it is a problem solver, because if you just break off a leaf or you just fluff up your plants, Pat, you're going to release that citronella oil into the air, which, as we all know, helps repel mosquitoes. But now you don't have to burn those icky candles or spray things on your body and on your kids' bodies that probably aren't that good for us. This is Mother Nature's solution.
I mean, these are so cool. And regular geraniums, I think, are always very pretty, but they're very pricey. Yeah. And these showed up. They were in great quality. 6 plants. So you have lots of them. I happen to put mine in one of my wonderful herb things that I have, herb planters that I have.
Awesome.
And as I said, they continued and continued and continued. The leaves are pretty on these. The bicolor flowers, look how many you're going to get, and they last a good long time. And they aren't particularly picky. I mean, you know, I never deadheaded mine. I don't know if I was supposed to, but I never deadheaded them.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to. That's why this collection is so great. You know, we grow geraniums because we know they're going to be prolific bloomers. But this is kind of like the cherry on top, because you're also getting that citronella lemongrass fragrance that, you know, right now it's kind of hard to envision spending all of our time outside over the summer because it's still kind of cold outside. But just imagine come July and August, I know here in Westchester, the mosquitoes are no joke. But now, rather than, you know,
they are not, Stephanie. That was well put. And, you know, there's not a whole lot of solutions that are a much more natural approach. That's what you're saying. All right, a lot of us are ordering more than one set. So tell me expectation-wise, because I just put mine in my herb garden. But, you know,
I love that idea.
Containers along in part of our landscaping. What should we expect, and what do they look like when they come?
Well, that plant that you have with you, Pat, that's probably after only 6 weeks of growth. So it's going to get maybe 1/3 or 2/3 larger than that. These plants will get big. They will continue to bloom from the beginning of summer all the way to your first or second frost. I like to say, you know, pick up 2 collections. One, you know, for example, if you have an herb garden, like you said, or maybe a vegetable patch outside in the garden, I would suggest putting one collection kind of on the outside to create almost a natural barrier. So when you're out there tending to your tomatoes, harvesting your peppers, you're not getting bugged by the mosquitoes. Well, that was a play on words. I didn't mean to do that. You're not getting bitten by the mosquitoes, and then maybe pick up another collection. And what we do here is we put them out by the grill and by the outdoor dining area.
Perfect.
So that when you're finally settling down for the evening, all you have to do is fluff up your plants or simply take a leaf and you just rub it directly onto your skin, and that will give you that protection.
It's an opportunity that I don't want you to wait on, because right now, it's less than a month away from spring, but we don't remember how buggy it was. At least a lot of us don't. And then what our options are. This is an opportunity to have something absolutely stunningly gorgeous on your patio, on your deck, and a hanging plant if you want, around, surrounding where you usually sit and enjoy outdoors. These are absolutely beautiful. I can promise you they're easy to grow, and that's what Roberta's is all about. But this isn't what you're going to go into the garden center or the big box store and find. That's the beauty of it. It's M71911. They come wonderfully packaged for you, so they're not thrown all around. They're in this wonderful like clam packaging with plastic. When you get them home, please open the box. Please look at that wonderful booklet that you're going to get. And I hate to call it that pamphlet, I guess, because I don't want to scare anyone. And that will give you, the do's and don'ts of how to get the most out of these.
That's right. And, once we come back to my screen, Pat, I can show you exactly what one of the plants that you're receiving will look like. It just looks like this. So it's actually in what we call an Ellie pot, which is biodegradable paper. And so it's a little bit less plastic that you're having to deal with. It's better for the environment. And actually, it's better for the plants because the roots will grow directly through this paper. So all you have to do is you take this, you find your containers, maybe your hanging baskets, which we actually have hanging baskets on QVC.com. And I love the idea of, maybe flanking outside your outside patio area with your hanging baskets. I know my brother, I have a niece who's 12 years old, and he always, before she's running out of the house to go hang out with friends over the summer, he just gives her a couple of these leaves and she'll rub all the spots, like the neck and the wrists and the ankles. And that's just going to give her protection from the mosquitoes for the entire day.
And it smells pleasant. It's not like burning the citronella candle where you were like, oh.
Right.
Go ahead and buy as many sets as you want, because I promise you these are not going to be around very long. That's exactly what happened to me. Last year was the first time I actually ever was, got myself together to get them. We're reserving it right now. They absolutely smell wonderful. Ginger, you want to smell this? No, she's not listening to me.
Do it, Ginger.
Do it, Ginger. Here, smell this. All right.
It's a really beautiful floral fragrance. It's not overpowering, like you said, like those tiki torches or the bug sprays.
She said it smells so sweet and good. Oh my gosh.
Oh, good.
It definitely does. One of my absolute favorite things that you bring us, and I love that it's on auto delivery. That's how in demand it is. I wasn't the only one who missed out on it and said, where is it? Will you help us understand your Gotta Grow guarantee?
Absolutely. When you're happy, we're happy. So we will assure you satisfaction for our perennials for 1 year and our annuals and tropicals for 90 days from the time of shipment. So if for whatever reason your garden doesn't match your expectations, just give us a call because we want them to be its absolute best.
We love Ginger is still, okay, now Joe's smelling. We got everybody in the studio.